Military coup d'etat in Ivory Coast. Wow. So finally, Alassane Ouattara governance has come to an end. Yes, his government has been overthrown by the military in Ivory Coast. I know you have seen a lot of videos circulating on social media and online. Mainstreams are posting it that there's a military coup d'etat happening right now in Ivory Coast. But take your time and watch the video to an end. We will break down everything. Either it's fake or it's real. You understand? Thank you very much for joining us today. In fact, we really appreciate each and everyone here today. I really appreciate your support, your effort on this particular channel. And if today is your first time joining or seeing this particular channel, please kindly subscribe to our channel and make sure that you like this particular video and you share this particular video to keep the Pan-African voice alive. Our main goal of this particular channel is to make sure that Africa is united across the globe. Black people across the globe, both continental and diaspora, we are one people. So please, if you come across this particular video, subscribe and keep the Pan-African voice alive. Let's proceed. This is based on speculations, you understand? And I have tried my best to reach out to some people in our community in Ivory Coast that what is really happening. And per the source reaching me, internet has been shut down in Ivory Coast because the people that I have sent them message, numerous people that I know that they are living in the capital town of Ivory Coast, the message is not going through. But fortunately, there's one guy in our community that he reached out to me yesterday at night around 12 a.m. He told me that around 9 to 10, they heard a gunshot around the presidential villa. And according to source, or according to what people were saying, they said that there's been military overthrown against Alassane Ouattara's government right now. And the most serious thing that has happened right now is that he said that the army general in Ivory Coast has been eliminated because he was trying to snitch to the French troops that this is what is happening right now in the presidential villa. So they should intervene and shut down the revolution. So this guy was caught and instantly he was eliminated. Per the source reaching me, all this information that I'm giving to you right now is based on speculations. Do you understand? It does not have a concrete evidence that there's a military coup d'etat happening right now in Ivory Coast. Do you understand? So if this is true, I know that most of you are already rejoicing. In fact, you are celebrating because the traitor is finally down. Because this guy is being used as a stepping stone to do what? To take down Captain Ibrahim Traore, General Abdurrahman Chiani, and General Assimi Goïta, the AES regime. They are using this guy as a switch to shut down this guy's dream. Do you understand? And I know that few weeks ago, he invited General Langley in Ivory Coast just to plan on how to take down Captain Ibrahim Traore. And this guy has received a lot of backlash recently in Africa. So I know that most people were rejoicing when you guys heard the news that there's a military rule or military overthrown or military coup d'etat in Ivory Coast. Me, I'll be one of the most happiest people on earth if it's true that the regime of Alassane Ouattara has come to an end. Because one, this guy is abusing human rights massively in Ivory Coast. Secondly, French deceived the people of Ivory Coast that this guy was going to rule for just one term. And the people will vote for who they want to rule in Ivory Coast. And this guy decided to serve the interest of France so that he can stay in power. For over 15 years, this guy has been ruling Ivory Coast. And he's helping France, Emmanuel Macron, to exploit the natural resources of what? Of Ivory Coast. Do you understand? Ivory Coast is one of the largest cocoa producer in Africa. And tons of natural resources, gold, diamond, and a whole lot. You understand? And he's helping France to exploit all these resources so that he can gain his own share and keep it in Paris, in Switzerland. Do you understand? And secondly, this guy abused the constitution of Ivory Coast when he was coming in power, because This guy was the reason why they overthrown and assassinated Ryan Bagbo back then. And this has become one of the most biggest conflicts in West Africa during the time of overthrowing Ryan Bagbo. Tons of people lost their lives in this regime. Do you understand? And France convinced the people of Ivory Coast that this guy, as it stands now, this is the only guy that fits to do all to stabilize the country, because this country has been destabilized during the conflict, during the action, the chaos of overthrowing Ryan Bagbo. So you supposed to accept this guy for just one term, and when his term comes to an end, I would rather help you guys to take this guy out of power so that you people can vote for who you want in Ivory Coast. And this guy collaborated with France so that he can stay in power, just to sell out Africa, just to sell out his people, so that France can gain, to continue to have his interest in Ivory Coast. So the reason why I said this guy abused the constitution of Ivory Coast is that, one, his age limit, the age limit of Ivory Coast, he was above the age limit, but rather France did not mind, because they knew that this guy was going to serve their interest. So they convinced the people to do what, to put this guy in power, so that they can get way to exploit the country. And this guy has been abusing that so-called democracy. There's no freedom of speech in Ivory Coast. Bad roads. In fact, a whole lot is going on. A whole lot is going on. So if this guy regime comes to an end, I'll be happy. But it also could be a trap, just to get to Captain Ibrahim Traore, just to take down these people. But this particular topic, I'll talk about it in the next video. But right now, what is circulating across the internet is based on speculations, right? We don't have concrete evidence that it's true that the regime of Al-Hassan Ouattara has come to an end. Yes, but we are still trying our best to reach out to some people that we know in the capital city of Ivory Coast, just to confirm that if it's true that Al-Hassan Ouattara government has been overthrown. Is it true or not? That's the reason I'm using the word allegedly, because I don't have a concrete evidence that state vividly or have a stamp that there's a coup d'etat in Ivory Coast. And mainstreams are posting it, you understand? It has blew up across Africa. And people are already celebrating it, because people are happy that the traitor has finally gone down. The sellout has finally gone down. But we don't have a concrete evidence. So we are still watching out, because, one, there's no internet access in Ivory Coast right now. As I'm talking to you, internet has been shut down. Yes, and we are hearing some rumors that over 33 people has already lost their lives in the chaos that is happening right now in Ivory Coast. We don't know if it's true or not, but we are trying our best to gather some information to do it, so that we can serve you people with that information, for you people to know what exactly happening right now in Ivory Coast. So thank you very much. If today is your first time seeing our channel, please, we will plead on you to kindly subscribe to this particular channel, and make sure that you like this particular video, so that we keep the Pan-African voice alive. And don't forget to share this particular video to your fellow African or the communities that you join, for them to understand that whatever is happening right now, the news that is circulating across Africa, is based on speculations, but it doesn't have a concrete evidence that there's a military coup d'etat happening in Ivory Coast right now. Do you understand? Yes, because we have the French presence in Ivory Coast. They can even intervene and shut down the revolution. Do you understand? So thank you very much for sticking with us to the end, to this time. Thank you very much. We will bring to you when you get the source and the concrete evidence that there's a military coup in Ivory Coast. We are all praying that it should be true, because that is what we are looking for. It's time for Africa to rise up and reclaim back what rightfully belongs to us. It's time for us to rise up and fight what rightfully belongs to us, and protect the continent and our natural resources, because nobody is ready to save us, and nobody will come and save us unless we come together and save ourselves. Thank you very much. Subscribe and share and like, and let me see your thoughts under the comment section. Thank you very much. We shall meet in the next episode.